special coming to you live from the Yuyuan Garden, Shanghai. I'm Wang with CGTN. So first of all, happy Lantern Festivals to you all. And today, for today's live coverage, I'm going to introduce you guys like the local traditions and how people here celebrate their Lantern Festival. And first of all, let me give a brief introduction of the Yuyuan Garden. So Yuyuan here is considered the little oasis in the center of Shanghai's old city, and it has over 400 years old with a history dating back to Ming Dynasty. And its annual celebrations have been held here for the past 25 years. And it has been the first choice of many people who choose to celebrate their Spring Festival and the Lantern Festival. And one of the major attractions you can see is a lantern installation. And it is you can see the 9-meter tall tiger located in the central plaza. And there are smaller ones situated around him, and you can see there are some smaller ones wearing the spacesuit as a recognition of the country's latest space exploration. And there are also some smaller ones wearing the skiing gear as a recognition of the ongoing Beijing 2022 Winter Olympic Games. And there are also light installations projecting on the facade of the buildings and representing the beautiful landscapes of China. So today I'm going to give you a tour of the local celebrations here. And so I'm going to give you a tour here, and let's just go there and find out. And you can see this place is packed with people. It has been a local tradition here to come to the Yuyuan Garden. Yep. Let's just go over there and check. Today marks the Lantern Festival, and it's going to have a big crowd. And later we're going to do some like a window shoppings here. And let's go over here. To check out some. So you can see there are different age of group of people, and like youngsters and seniors. It's really a really popular place to celebrate the New Year and the Lantern Festival. And let's have some like a window shopping here. And you can see here like that is a Su embroidery, and that is like a cabbage, ginkgo, cat, tiger, and pandas. Those are like a really popular ones representing good fortune and blessings in the coming new year. And let's just keep walking. There are like different kinds of light installations here. And I have talked to some local people here, and they told me the different kinds of light just give them like a special feeling and to recall their childhood memories. And this one, hi, 你好，你好，想您能给我们简单介绍一下这个都是些什么，就是怎么样制作的吗？
这个是砂石的，是中国的吉祥物，
是老虎是吗？
狮子，对。
So the seller just told me this is a line made of like sandstone as representing like the good fortune in the coming year. So they are like a really cute ones. And let's just keep going. So those people keep walking. And we can have a look at those ones. This is rabbit, and it's a mascot here, and so many people just wait in line to get one of them, and it's really get popular, especially from the like children and even adults. And you can see some people are wearing a like a decoration, and it is like the Monkey King. Monkey King is from. Those are still the rabbits. Really cute ones. and so many people. But Yuyuan has implemented strict COVID-19 prevention and control measures. People here have to wear their masks, and also they have to show their QR code and have their health checks before they can enter. So different kinds of light installation that you can see on the buildings and the different parts of the Yuyuan garden just make this place really festive and special. And this place is used to have like a really packed with people because today marks the Lantern Festival, and Lantern Festival is always like the 15th day in the Lunar New Year, and the people need to get one of these sweet rice dumplings. And there's an argument between like the northern part of China and the southern part of China which one to get. And I think over there it's like the sesame filled with sesame. And I also found in the supermarket some of the dumplings are filled with the meat. I never tried this before, but later I'm gonna try one of this. And we're just gonna have a closer look of this shop. I read from the introduction over there, one of the really famous comedian from UK, Chaplin has visited here before, and he asked about like the secret of making those really tasty dumplings, and the sellers here like it's gonna be a secret and you will never know, and it's just really fun. And they also told me their daily selling record surpassed 100,000 dumplings per day actually, but like 60 to 70% of them are for delivery actually. So we're just gonna have a tour here and enjoy the scenery and enjoy the lanterns. People here have like decorations putting on their hat. We're gonna stop here for a second. We're gonna stop here for a second. Yeah. So, on my left side, you can see there are super long lines waiting to get on the zigzag bridge. It is a really crowded bridge, and it has like 9 twists and turns. And it's a tradition here to walk over the bridge and get rid of the bad luck. And I think it's gonna take at least like 40 minutes to walk over the bridge. And some people here have been wearing hanfu, which is a really Chinese style clothing, and it's really beautiful. And this restaurant is also drawing a lot of visitors. It's one of the it is one of the time-honored brand, and it's called the Nanxiang steamed buns. And I think this one has like 100 years of history, and they have like stores internationally in Japan and South Korea. So yeah, it's gonna be really tasty, but still a long line. And we're just gonna keep exploring. And here you can also have a taste of different kinds of food. And this one is the waxberry juice. I have tried this one before. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit sour. It tastes really good. You can taste the freshness from this juicy flavor. We just keep going. Today they're really packed with people, and if you want to have a good visit, the perfect time is going to be spring. This place is going to be filled with green trees and the blossoming flowers. But if you want to have a taste of like the spring festival and the festive atmosphere, definitely come during the Lantern Festival. We're just gonna keep exploring. So there is a place. So for most of the time, the Yuyuan Garden is free to the public. But today, the Lantern Festival, it requires a ticket. And here's a place, if you buy a ticket, you can exchange for a tiger lantern. And we're going to go and check it out. It's really crowded. We're just going to wait in line and find a colleague. 你好，哎，我们在做直播，我听说啊，能帮我们展示一下他们在兑换的是什么吗？
你要不要上来？
好嘞，谢谢。
哎，不好意思，让一下。
好，谢谢。哦，可以，这个能给我们展示一下这个是什么东西吗？
可以的。
买的人没有来。还有这个。这个叫什么名字呀？
这个是我们今年的那个套餐里边的套票里的小笼包灯笼跟元宝虎灯笼，还有这个爱心虎灯笼的兑换点，就是客户他买了那个加上灯笼的套票，然后来我们这个点位来兑换。
是可以兑换各一个吗？还是只能兑换一个？
一个套票里有一个，然后比如说他买了那个双人套票，就是2个大人的加一个灯笼的，就是可以得到一个我们的爱心虎灯笼。对，就比较萌。
我听说有一个叫爱老虎油是哪一个？
对，就是这个。
啊，好，那我先给大家介绍一下。
好的。
So the colleague here just told me this one is called so the tiger has the similar pronunciation of love you in English, and this one is like representing the meaning I love you in English. So this is really popular. And
我们这边还有一个叫元宝虎灯笼，就是它上面寓意的话，就是它2个的区别，就是一个是爱心，一个是元宝。对，就祝新的一年可以大吉大利，多发财。然后我们这个小笼包灯笼的话，它是分男孩和女孩。比如这个男孩的话，它就是换一个，拿这个吧。它就是蓝色的，是个男孩子，然后呢还带个领带。女孩子的话是粉色的，是带了一朵花。然后它的区别特别之处就是下面有一个福字，可以看得到。对，印在下面有个福字。
好的，那我介绍一下。好的。So the main difference between those two tigers is one is like in a heart shape, and the other one is means like a good fortune, and this one is the representing like the little steam buns, and this one is like a female character, and this one is a male character. Male character is in like a blue shape, and this one is in like a pink shape. So if you got like one of the ticket today, you can exchange for one of these lanterns, and it's getting really popular. I'm just gonna ask her more questions. 我问你一下，这个单独售卖的话是多少钱一个呢？
单独的话，在我们豫园文创的线下店铺里都有卖的，网上的豫园文创的那个淘宝官方旗舰店也有卖。这个灯笼的话，老虎灯笼是58一个，这个灯笼是45一个。
And they also sell them separately, and this one costs like 58 kuai, and this one costs like 48 kuai. 那这个是在哪个年龄层特别受欢迎呢？
就我们今年游园，然后比较多的小孩子都比较喜欢，还有一些情侣过来也非常喜欢。像昨天是情人节，也有很多人过来，然后拿我们这个爱心虎的灯笼，对游园比较有氛围一点。
And she also told me it's getting especially really popular among youngsters and especially children. And yesterday is China's Valentine's Day, and it's getting especially popular like yesterday. And today marks the Lantern Festival, and a lot of people just like queuing in here to get one of them. 谢谢你啊，谢谢。And this place is really popular, and it's really packed with people, and you can see here. And we're gonna keep exploring. And this street is also called Yuyuan Bazaar, and it has different kind of craftsmanships. And let's go over here. So for this street, it has like a different booths to represent different kinds of skills people have, like the intangible cultural heritage. And here says like the ceramics, seal cutting, calligraphy, hidden hidden name poem, paper cutting, and Chinese nodding, and also shadow play, fast portraying, just like all kinds of different really good skills we're gonna visit and explore. So for those of you who have just joined our live streaming, we are exploring the Lantern Festival traditions in the Yuyuan Garden, which is considered the little oasis in Shanghai. And there are so many people just come to Yuyuan because Yuyuan has been the first choice of many youngsters to celebrate especially Lantern Festival, because there are so many different kinds of light installations. And let's just have a look here. And for this one, it's called Sandbag. We're just gonna come here and figure out what is selling here.
你好，
你好，你好，你好，
元宵节快乐啊！
你好，元宵节快乐！您能给我们介绍一下您这边在展出或者是卖的是什么东西吗？
我做的是香包，然后今年那个老虎卖的是特别好，知道吧？我们这老虎都是纯手工做的，你看上面有王字，还有胡须，都是自己弄的，看看。啊，然后这个老虎嘛哈，我们就是这个弄行以后，然后我们把这个棉塞进去，你看后面我们都会留一道缝，是不是？然后这个棉塞得很瓷，然后这一点哈，我们拿那个线把它缝起来。缝起来以后，我们这儿还有一个这个哈，把它贴上去，然后它都是一个完美的小老虎。
我先翻译一下啊，我先给我们的观众翻译一下。So this booth is selling sandbag, and one of the most popular ones is this tiger, because this year is the year of the tiger in China, and just gonna 我再问您一下，它这个程序您大约需要
将近做下来得30分钟30
那您今天卖了大约有多少个？
没了，卖没了。
拿了多少个呀？
我今年这款小老虎做了1000多个，全部卖完了。然后还有这种小的也剩几个了，
So this one is getting really popular, and it's completely sold out. And it is a lucky last one, and it takes about 30 minutes to make one of them. And I really like the color combination here. 这个颜色的搭配很好看呀。
这个就是我们说的初步，然后我做有黄色的、红色的、花的、兰花的都有的，各种颜色都有的。
那像这个香味是？
这个香味里面我放有中草药，也放有朱砂。过年嘛哈，用个朱砂的香包，它是旺运保平安的。
是这些是放到香味里面的东西吗？
这些是放这个了，然后就是这种朱砂。然后还有这个就是香丸，就是我们做的有茉莉花呀、桂花呀、玫瑰呀、檀香这种香丸。
好的，先介绍一下啊。So those flavors gonna put into the sandbags, and those hairs are like osmanthus, jasmine, orchid, and this should be the sandalwood. And so for 您贵姓？
我姓彭，就叫我香袋。
好的。So Mrs. Peng just put those sand different flavors and sand into those bags. And how long will 这个它是会持续多久？
这个味道都在1年左右，因为这款味道就是说我们放了中草药以后，夏天嘛，端午节就是卖香包，它可以驱蚊虫呀、辟邪保平安的。
And this sandbag is gonna last for at least a year, and it will have a good fortune for the people, and also the sand have a good health for the people as well. 谢谢您。好嘞，谢谢您，元宵节快乐。So this is one of the heritage here, and we're gonna also visit another one. Let's have a look here. 你好，元宵节快乐！
你好，新年好！
对，元宵节快乐！您能给我们简单介绍一下您这边的东西吗？
因为我从事在豫园，从事篆刻书法，已经有20多年历史。因为很多也是书画界的，也是收藏爱好者的，他们觉得我的篆刻跟书法觉得很不错，所以说经常莫名 都是找过来刻我印的。所以说我感觉我立足在这个愚园这个位置呢，总感觉到还可以。我在这个位置已经20多年了。
我翻译一下啊。
是。
So, Mr. Yu told me he has been here. He has been in this booth for over 20 years, and he has kept working on this seal cutting calligraphy. So I'm gonna ask him more questions. 像您刻的有。
今天我有把我的印章呢，还有我的书法展示一下给大家看看。
好呀。
这个呢是我昨天刻的一个虎形枭形印。这个虎呢，它的虎很有味性。因为今年正好是虎年，我希望这个虎年能够把这个虎的这个味性能够表达出来，就是除去疫情，对吧？希望能够国泰民安，对吧？可以，好的。
还蛮很重的。
对。
So this is he just carved this yesterday, and it's a tiger, and he wants this tiger to get rid of the bad luck, and the COVID-19 pandemic could be over soon. And 好，谢谢您。
这个我刻的一个虎生威，一个是用篆书的形式来表达的，
So Mr. Yu used another kind of calligraphy, and this is also a tiger, and this one represents a tiger's strength and power, and it means to bring more good fortune in the new year.
另外呢，我这次呢，我展示的我的一是篆刻作品，因为这是今年是过年的时候我前面刻的纸方印，新年快乐，身体健康，吉祥如意。还有是为建党100周年，去年我创作的印，所以我把盖在这里。
那您觉得就是您在这边工作20多年了，这个像喜欢这些印章就是消费对象主要是哪一些？
因为篆刻书法呢，这个它的文化清理了很多方面的东西，是中国最古老的文化，所以说像很多社会的一些书画界啊。他们很喜欢这个，因为他们对我的篆刻很认可，因为觉得我的不但是雅俗共赏，而且我的篆刻呢已经达到一个高度。因为我今天展示一下我的这个有几幅书法作品。像
那您觉得就是现在很多人大家都用手机打字了嘛，然后为什么还要就是写书法的意义在哪呢？
书法，因为书法的意义呢，它可以流于所有百姓家庭，包括这个，现在因为书法已经成为一种高雅的一种艺术，比如说每一个家庭，他家里挂一幅书法，给人的感觉添上了一种就是有文人气息的一种感觉。
好嘞，那我们翻译一下。So Mr. Yu has been working on this calligraphy for so many years, and he told me a lot of his customers are not only like youngsters but also different age group of people. And he said it is a local traditions and people should preserve and keep doing this. 不好意思，时间的关系，我们先往前面走了啊。谢谢您，谢谢您。
那这个要不要再看一下？
之后再看啊，谢谢您。OK. So we're just gonna keep going. So we have we're just gonna head to our final destination, and it is called the God of Wealth, and it is said to get rid of to have a more fortune in the future. And we're just gonna get you guys a pyramid of the God of Fortune. So this lantern installation is called God of Wealth, and it's in Chinese it's called Cai Shen, and on the 5th day of the Chinese Lunar New Year is for the local traditions, it's to welcome the God of Wealth. So that's pretty much for me today, and we have introduced you guys the local traditions, especially in the Yuyuan garden. And one of my colleagues, Zheng Songwu, is standing by in the Zigong city in the southwest Sichuan province, and he told me there are also lantern displays, and the lanterns there have combined the traditional Chinese culture and also AR technology. So I'm really looking forward. And let's toss over to Zheng Songwu in Zigong city in southwest China's Sichuan province.
In Shanghai, this is Zheng Songwu, live streaming from Sichuan province, where it's also famous for its lanterns. And today is the Lantern Festival, and now I'm at the Grand World of Chinese Lanterns, where dazzling lights will be on exhibition here later. It features the symbols of the Chinese Zodiac, together for a shared future, etc. Truth be told, it is too huge for us to visit all the themes because there are 14 themes here, so we're going to just show some parts of them. But before that, let's get a sneak peek of this Grand World of Chinese Lanterns we filmed a few days ago from the air in just 20 seconds. Yeah, what is a splendid Latin world now. And now I'm very happy to introduce you an expert, Wang Chen. He's an expert of this Grand World of Chinese Lanterns, and he's going to introduce stories and details of the lanterns. 黄局长你好，你好，可以给我们几个海内外的观众打个招呼吗？
Hello CGTN 的观众朋友们，大家新年好。
He said, Happy New Year to all the viewers of CGTN. Now let's explore this Latin world. 就让我们走吧。This area is called childhood. It reminds me of my childhood. You can see this place is jam-packed with a lot of people. I think there's a show here. These are two big tigers because this year marks the year of a tiger in the Chinese New Year. 局长可以给我们介绍一下这2只老虎的大概的情况吗？
这一个灯组啊，它的名字叫虎年来电。一男一女2只虎宝宝，具体呢高应该是22米，然后通过机械传动啊，它们能够在原地能够转圈儿，然后能够慢慢的走在一块儿，然后做一个拥抱的动作。
So one of the tigers is female and the other is male. These 2 tigers can move towards different directions. They look like saying hello to each other, and sometimes they can move toward to the big gates, saying welcome to all the visitors from all over the world. Okay, we are going to another area. Actually, this area is called the Chinese Zodiac. There are the symbols of the Chinese zodiacs in these areas. 这些都是鱼是吧？这些都是鱼是吧？
对，这个灯组啊，它叫鱼贯而入，这上面全是各种锦鲤然后放在顶上，也是一个好的一个寓意。
There's a lot of fish. It somewhat feels like the influx of the tourists from all over the country or all over the world. 这个扎一下大概要多久？
这个简单，这个工期的话，只要造型造好了，然后也就1-2天时间就可以做好。这个灯组简单。
It only took 2 days for workers to make all these fish. Now we are arriving at an area called Myth from Shan Hai Jing. Shan Hai Jing is a Chinese classic compilation of early geography and myth. There are many precious beasts and legendary stories in this classic. This is a Pangu. We can see a lot of beasts. The characters, the Chinese characters. I don't even know the Chinese characters. 伯夷。学长，我们大概这个里面有多少个动物之类的吗？
这个在山海易志这个灯组群里边啊，一共有40多个异兽，也是从我们《山海经》这个它主要是描写了上古的一些传说。这个传说里面包括饕餮，包括银龙，包括九尾狐都有，40多个一共。
So there are more than 40, mythical beasts from Shan Hai Jing here. This is a bird called a Qinggen. This is a fish called a luoyu. It looks like a deer with horns. 夫猪。This is a giant dragon here, which is called a Yin Long. So here we are. Look at the giant blue lanterns. It's 72 feet. It's 72 feet. She's a Jing Wei, which can translate into spirit guardian. Jing Wei is a goddess in the Chinese mythology who was transformed from Yan Di's daughter. Yan Di, or Yan Emperor, was a legendary ancient Chinese ruler thousands of years ago. After Yuyuan drowned when playing in the Eastern Sea, she metamorphosed into a bird called a Jing Wei. It is said that Jing Wei continuously carries a pebble or twig in her mouth and drops it into the Eastern Sea as she is determined to fill up the sea. The hairs look like waves of ocean.
游客朋友们，请全程正确佩戴口罩，有序往前走，不要在通道上停留，以免堵塞。谢谢配合。
The eyes can move, staring at people.
正确佩戴口罩，有序往前走，不要在通道上。
This one looks like a lion for me, which is called a Tao Tie. He has an older grandma doing live streaming here, so let's try to talk to her. I'm not sure if she's happy to talk to me, but I'll still try. 奶奶，你好，我们是电视台的，可以跟你聊几句吗？您现在在这儿的是什么感觉啊？
挺高兴，挺兴奋的。
She is so excited and happy to be here.
哎，太兴奋了。
你在这儿是直播还是录视频啊？
我是自己录着玩的。
哦。
自己照着玩的，开心的很啊。
She's recording herself for fun. She's 76 years old.
哎，76岁。
你从哪里来啊？
我上面自贡市的。
哦。
就上面本市的。
She's a local here.
哎，76了。
Okay.
开心啊！
谢谢奶奶。
不谢。
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
人类禁止吸烟，为了迎合他人的健康，请全程正确佩戴口罩，保持1米安全距离，不扎堆。
There's so many people taking photos here that I don't want to disturb them.
同时，不可忽视消防安全，注意疏散通道和逃生路线。如遇火情，请在工作人员的配合。
Try to view the lantern of Jing Wei here, right here, right on the Jing Wei. Look at the eyes.
注意疏散通道和逃生路线。如遇火情，请在工作人员的配合下迅速有序撤离。
She winks.
在关灯的同时，不可忽视消防安全，注意疏散通道和逃生路线。
局长，这个经纬我们大概用了多长时间？
这一个灯组的话，总共的时间接近40天，大概38天的样子。因为它的工序要相对复杂一些，至少有4个工序，包括 用钢结构去筑基，包括用丝网这边要造型。第三一个呢，就是这个还有美工这边用那个裱幅的工艺有一个成像，然后最后还有一个上妆，有4个程序。
So there are 4 crucial steps to make this Jingwei lantern. 大概有多少人？
工人的话，整个做这个灯组啊，应该有90多个。
There were 90 people, over 90 people. It took them 40 days to make this lantern, this giant lantern. You can see 2 phoenix here. I think 1 phoenix, 2 phoenix, yeah, 2 phoenix. One's a male, the other is a female. It looks like a tiger. It looks like a tiger. It's called a Zhi. Its tail looks like a tail of an ox. And this is Fei Fei. Resembles a cat. This is a big dragon. In Chinese culture, dragon is a very lucky animal. This is called a Quan Shu. Looks like a horse. It's a fox. 九尾狐 means a fox with 9 tails. There are 10,000 people visiting here tonight to celebrate the Chinese Lantern Festival. This is a Yuyuan. Yuyuan is a goddess from Shan Hai Jing. Here we see a lot of Chinese characters here. And this area is called the Chinese lanterns, Chinese city of lanterns. There are dinosaurs here because Zigong is also called the hometown or the city of dinosaurs because there are a lot of dinosaur fossils found in here.
你们好，人类禁止吸烟，为了迎合他人的健康，请全程正确佩戴口罩，保持1米安全距离，不扎堆，不聚集，分散人文，感谢您的理解与关怀。
We see a lot of red lanterns here. Luckily, there are few people. 其实你知道这儿有多少个小灯笼吗？
这个小灯笼应该2、3千个是有的，整个这条街那全是用小灯笼挂在一块儿，形成一个灯笼阵。
At this street, there are more than 3,000 red lanterns like this. How about we go and speak to someone again? 你好，说你好，我们是电视台的，我们是 CGTN 的，就是中央电视台。然后我们能不能采访你几句？
可以，
可以啊。就来到这个大彩灯大世界有什么感觉？
感觉舒服的感觉。
舒服的感觉。为什么？
还感觉这个我们的中国比较强大嘛，红火火的。
He said he feels comfortable at this grand world of lanterns because our country is becoming stronger and stronger. 谢谢。Now we are heading to a city of salt because Zigong is also famous for being a traditional producer of salt. 我看现在人还不是特别多，
现在还不多，现在刚刚进园儿，现在园子里边可能有3000多人。
现在有3000多人。
现在有3000多人。大概到7点半、8点钟的时候就高峰。
I think time is limited, and it's time to say so long. And for the last opportunity, I would like to give it to our expert, Mr. Wang. 黄局长，我们基本上今天的直播就先到这儿，然后最后一个机会，我想把它留给你，就你想还想对我们的观众说些啥？
好，我想。第一个呢，欢迎我们 CGTN 的广大观众朋友，如果有机会，能够到Zigong这边来观灯、做客、来旅游。另外一个方面呢，因为我知道我们的很多观众都是海外的朋友们，其实我们Zigong灯会呀，在世界各国也都在办灯展，比如美国、英国、法国，就是这段时间呢，在国外海外有13场这个Zigong灯会。如果不能来中国，不能来Zigong，在其他的国外也可以看，都没问题。也衷心的祝愿我们广大观众朋友新年快乐，这个事事都顺心啊。
好的， He said, welcome all the viewers of CGTN to visit Zigong City. And for the people abroad, or such as in the States or in France, if they cannot come to China, come to Zigong to enjoy the Lantern Festival, the past lanterns have traveled to many countries, so they can enjoy those lanterns in those countries. And ultimately, we wish you a very happy Chinese New Year and a Lantern Festival. Bye bye.
好，谢谢。